Everything, everywhere, all at once is a mouthful to say. Thank you for coming to my movie review. That's it. It's all. Bye. When I went to witness Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, or as it is abbreviated, EOW! It was at 10 p.m. with 2 of my friends. When the movie ended at 12:30 a.m., 2 of us stayed in the theater 5 minutes longer than we needed to, hysterically laughing and crying and trying to collect ourselves. Well, the last friend did that too, only 20 minutes later in the back of my car. First of all, I know I'm late to making this by about... Jesus, this came out in March? And it's still in theaters? But if you haven't gone to watch this yet, holy shit, do that, please. Don't watch anything about it. Don't watch reviews, small clips. Hell, I wouldn't even watch the trailers. I went into this movie about as blind as I could have been, with my only level of knowledge being it's a movie that is good. And my viewing experience was, boom, it was really good, because I didn't know anything, is what I'm trying to say. This movie does an incredible job at making you feel like you're in Evelyn's head. The stress of moving around between multiple people's heads at once. There's the Scooby-Doo-wop and the wham bam, Scooby-Doo bam, and the Scooby-Doo bam boom bop. And then, right as it feels almost too overwhelming, they give you the rock scene, talking rock scene, Adult Swim ass text on the screen, lowercase, talking goddamn rock! But honestly, the reason I'm choosing to talk about this movie in particular is because it's one of the best I've ever seen. My favorite thing that fiction can do is it can use a setting that is like fantastical, futuristic, or otherwise otherworldly as a big-ass action-adventure Trojan horse to deliver a story that is unmistakably human. And I don't mean a story that is relatable to every single human all at once. You know, I don't mean a story that has one central focal piece that everyone can come together with, because those are usually shallow and uninteresting. I mean the kind of story that has details so sharp and specific that even though the characters and the settings and the plots are so wildly different from the people and the places and the experiences that you have, there will always be one part, no matter how insignificant it might seem, that you can latch onto and that you can say that this relates to me. There's, from what I've seen, a very accurate depiction of what it's like being a Chinese immigrant living in America. And it also has something I know personally, an incredibly accurate depiction of what it's like being a disappointment to your parents. And then, slowly but surely, it introduces the weird shit. First, it's a glimpse of Wayman in the security cameras, and then there's the meeting in the elevator, and then the movie says, fuck you, we're doing this at a rapid fucking pace, and she teleports to the janitor's closet, and then Evelyn dies, but then she doesn't die, and Wayman eats chapstick, and Evelyn declares her love for the IRS lady, which I feel like should have put her in the hot dog finger lady world. Is that just me? I feel like that's just me. But eow! Sorry, I just have to say it. It's so fun to say eow. But the movie does a great job of having all of its concepts linger on the edge of confusing and overwhelming without ever actually fully getting there. But the reason nothing ever gets too confusing and overwhelming is because the movie moves so quickly that everything is confusing and overwhelming, and you don't have time to nitpick all of the whatever the fuck, the verse jumping and the hoody bee and the wiggity butt. There's no time! There's no time! Dog. Because if you did have time to do a deep dive into how everything actually works, you'd realize that none of it makes any fucking sense whatsoever. How did the monkeys get hot dog fingers? The movie brings up the question as a laugh and then promptly moves on. I mean, that seems like a change so consequential and so vast that Evelyn wouldn't even exist in that universe, much less the human race as its entirety. And don't give me that bullshit, oh, there's infinite universes, that means there's infinite possibilities. Shut your stupid ass up. The way it's described, the only way a new universe is created is when something sentient has a choice, meaning that the constants out of our universe always remain the same, which means it is highly improbable that an ape would evolve hot dog fingers in the first place and then would be able to beat another ape that has hands in hand-to-hand combat. And if the idea behind multiple universes is that every single choice creates a branching path and therefore creates another entire universe, how are the ones where you're a badass fucking fighting machine so easily findable? We make an infinite amount of choices every day, and you're telling me that a machine can find one consequential enough that you change from a dumbass, idiot, fucking ass and ass loser to one where you're a movie star / kung fu expert? And how the fuck did they become rocks? Rocks are inanimate! And the world-conquering weapon that Joy, my bad, Blowjob Bukaki, my bad, Jobu Tapaki has that has created a cult amongst multiple universes. It's a bagel. It's a bagel with everything. It's an everything bagel. A universe-hopping god that experiences all lives simultaneously. Tries to kill herself with an everything bagel. But that's the thing. The movie, aside from its darker and heavier themes, doesn't ask you to take its setting too seriously. The ridiculousness of the movie is fully embraced. I mean, take the scene where Evelyn is fixing all of the things that she did wrong in all of her other lives, all of the other universes, and it's underscored by this beautiful cover of Claire de Lune, and it's being played by the IRS lady who is dating Evelyn, and she's playing it with her feet because her fingers are hot dogs. And no, I'm not gonna stop talking about the goddamn hot dog fingers. How did humans create civilization without opposable thumbs? But by far, the best part about this movie is how it ended. It's a masterclass in how to weave together two scenes to create something that each one on their own could not accomplish. The climactic fight at the end, which you'd expect from every sci-fi movie, instead cuts away to a one-on-one talk with a mother and a daughter. In any other context, it'd be heart-wrenching on its own. Joy expresses how she's glad that her mother has finally figured her own shit out, but Joy is still here. She's still unhappy. But with the context that we know, Joy wants to erase herself. Not only herself, but her infinite selves. She wants nothing of herself. She can't handle being who she is. And so she asks Evelyn to let go. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what was going to happen, because Joy's right. Evelyn did just kind of assume that her figuring her own shit out would only be beneficial for Joy, but that doesn't excuse the years of trauma that she's put Joy through. And we don't see that necessarily, but we get hints. We get the smidge of hiding your sexuality. We get the constant string of insults. Never once a compliment, let alone letting your daughter know that you love her, that you care about her, that you see her. And as Joy closes her car door to drive away for what possibly is the last time, Evelyn does what her father never did for her, and she chooses to hold on. But the real ending, where they get all their shit done at the taxes place or whatever, that's fucking boring. I don't want to see the IRS in my movie. I went to the movie to forget the fact that I still haven't paid my goddamn taxes yet.